Hey trophies, welcome to I Jump Instead and welcome to this 15-minute easy rebounder workout where we're going to go through the whole body and bring health, circulation, flexibility, and strength to every cell in our entire body. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Trophy Sally. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am on my Cellerciser. I love my Cellerciser. It's an excellent rebounder in case you're looking to get a new rebounder. This is my favorite rebounder of all rebounders, and if you do use the link in the description below, you can use our discount code IJumpInstead for a discount, and this rebounder will last you a lifetime. So let's go ahead and get started. 15 minutes to work the trophy body inside and out by jumping instead. Let's go ahead and start by coming into a stance here that feels balancing and feels comfortable, and then we'll lay our hands on our handlebar and we'll bring that circulation into every cell in our body by gently bobbing up and down with our mouth closed. We want that perfect mouth posture and we want to be nose breathing. Let your body relax while you stay poised and stand tall. And then keep your breath calm, because your breath is just fueling your muscles when they start to activate and demand more oxygen. But when they're not as activated, then we can keep our breath nice and relaxed. Let's go ahead and widen our stance a little bit so that we have more stability for Tai Chi twists. So we're going to go ahead and stay right up the center of our mat, and we're going to twist in each direction. And when we do, we want to keep our knees and ankles loose so that we can twist as far as we can comfortably twist. And our back heel can even lift up a little bit here too, so that we can twist even farther. And what we want to do is just stay in that wave of up and down and then twist into our flexibility from our ankles all the way up to our neck. We can also keep our head facing forward here and then lean gently over our front shoulder, bringing flexibility into the neck. And I want you to feel your ankles. Feel your knees, feel your hips and your spine and your shoulders. And then keep your mouth closed and your eyes relaxed. Perfect. Let's go ahead and take one hand and we're going to reach out and immediately feel the stretch happening all the way through our arm. And then we're bobbing up and down, which is enhancing the stretch and also adding resistance to the lengthened muscles. And we're going to come up and we're going to give ourselves a little side bend, keeping our structure here upright through the spine and the jaw. And then we're going to reach up and down and keep stretching all the way down till we switch sides, reach out with the other hand, up we go, and stretch over just very gently, bobbing very gently, up and down. Very powerful movement here that we cannot underestimate, because it may seem like we're not doing very much, but we're going in and bringing incredible health, flexibility, physical therapy, and strength to our body. Let's do it again. Reach that arm, right arm, or whichever arm, out and up and over. And then back up we go. Drop those shoulders so you just feel relaxed and poised. And then out and down. One more time with the other side. Out and up and over. And up and down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and tuck our chin down so that we feel that nice stretch in our lower neck. And then we also can bend our knees a little bit and start to lean our weight forward into the balls of our feet. We've got our handlebar here, and then we can hunch our upper back. So we need to feel strong in our core. And then we're using our legs to bob, but we're also reaching our shoulders as far forward as we can. And then I want us to pull our shoulders up as we stand back up, and then pull our shoulders back and down and forward, and staying in motion here, up and back and down. One more time, forward, feel that pulling in your shoulders, up and back and down. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and relax again and take our right arm, or whichever arm, so it will be your left if you're following me, and reach down diagonal. And then I want you to tilt your head to the side so that you feel that stretch in your neck. Perfect. And I want you to feel the stretch all the way down. Do you feel it in your shoulder, your bicep, tricep, elbow, forearm, even your wrist and your fingers? Open those fingers wide. Perfect. And then relax and switch sides, immediately reaching down and feeling the stretch from neck to fingers. Staying calm in your breath and just letting the rebounder work magic in every cell in your entire body. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and get into some rocking here. So we're going to pick up the beat. First, we'll start with hip twists with a mid bounce. So we poke each knee out and we sink into our hips. Now, my speed of bounce might be a little faster than yours if you're on a slower rebounder, and that's fine. You're just getting movement and reps in at a little bit of a slower, gentler pace, which is perfect. Each rebounder will give you a different speed of bounce, and the Cellerciser does give a fast speed, and so we need to work our way up with our speed in our movements and always just honor our own needs and intensities so that we can create this flexibility and strength in our bodies in a very easy, gentle way. Now let's go ahead and get rocking just side to side. So we're just rocking our heels up and down and pointing the knees forward and just being in a nice, easy motion here of rocking. And we can also feel that our shoulders are rocking just naturally, right? And I've also got one hand off my handlebar because it feels very natural to do that. I'm even going to pick up my bounce a little bit more. So now my feet are just barely leaving the mat. And I'm going to rock my shoulders a little bit more. And then I'm going to start lifting my right arm because that's the arm I'm holding. So for you, it would be the left arm if you are following my lead here. And I'm lifting it up at the same time as my right leg is straightening. And I'm doing what we call northy. And I'm doing northy on the right side. You may already be ready to add the other side to your northy by letting go here and then starting to lift up on both sides. Otherwise, we can go ahead and just switch sides in 3 and 2 and 1 and switch. Perfect. So if you're doing both sides, you can stay here with me and just keep centered in your mat while you work your flexibility through your shoulders, through your hips, through your back, through your knees and your ankles. And so if you're holding here with one handlebar, just working one side, that's fantastic too, because your whole body is still getting worked. You just aren't lifting that one hand up. So you're still getting massive flexibility and strength through your whole body by holding onto the handlebar. And then we work into our core flexibility here. Let's go ahead now and do open heart. So we're going to go ahead and drop this hand, keep rocking, and then we're going to reach our hand out when our, let's see, there we go. When our leg is straight, we reach straight out with our arm. And then we pull our elbow behind us. And we just stay here. You might be at a slower pace, that's fine. Just get your reps in doing this exact movement. And if you're ready for both arms, then you pull both arms behind you and keep that same rule of thumb. When your right arm is straight, your right leg is straight, and the same with your left. And so let's go ahead now and switch in 3 and 2 and 1 and switch. Perfect. Pulling that arm behind, or you're staying here with both arms reaching out, working incredible strength and flexibility into your body with this easy, gentle movement, and then the added resistance that we're adding to every cell in our body by jumping instead, by jumping at the same time. It's so cool how we can take such a simple movement and jump while doing it and bring profound health into our bodies. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and do Southie. And so I'm going to put my hands on the handlebar again. Southie is taking the arm, it'll be your left arm if you're copying me, and reaching down at the same time as when that same leg is straight. And then we focus more on lifting the shoulders up. So now we're just rocking and letting the arm hang down and getting flexibility in the lower back and the core and the shoulders and the knees and the ankles, and working Southie. And you can do both sides at the same time here, absolutely. And then just stay centered in your mat, because that's when you work your balance and you work your symmetry. And you get the most force into your body, because we're working with the forces of the earth, the forces of acceleration and deceleration and G-force. And that is all happening right here in your tornado. Let's go ahead and switch in 3, 2, 1, and switch. Perfect. And so when we focus on staying centered and we focus on using our handlebar to stay centered, then we get the most out of our jumping experience. We can still get amazing benefits without using the handlebar, but we just take our rebounding expertise and skill to the highest level when we can have the rebounder, the handlebar, or not have the handlebar. And when we have it attached, we make that choice, but we have the option of using the handlebar. And then we can get all those benefits that we get with using it. So we're pulling shoulder up. That's the focus here with Southie. Pulling it up and letting our body feel fluid and loose here in our movement. All right, let's go ahead now and take a break and relax, bringing our bounce down. And I want us to take our feet and notice the bottoms of our feet, feel the bottoms of our feet, and we're in a low vibration here, a low bounce, and then we're going to stabilize by putting our hands on our handlebar, and we're going to roll our way out and in. So if you need to adjust your feet, do that, and then roll your feet out and in so that you're putting resistance into the sides of your feet, your pronation position, your supinate position, and then you're strengthening your ankles beyond imagination. You're strengthening your knees. You're giving your health, your toes and your feet muscles, incredible health and strengthening here. And calves. So much is happening. Perfect. Let's go ahead now and do some squatting moves, because that I feel like is lubing up the knees and the ankles and the hips, and then we'll add some bouncing to it. So let's do 3 squats and then we'll bounce. So get yourself into a position, whether you're using your handlebar or not. It might depend on where your handlebar is positioned. My handlebar on the Cellerciser, the bifold, my handlebar is somewhat far back, so I can do baby squats here and not pull on my handlebar too much, or I'm going to have to turn to the side and be able to do the full squat here. But if you have your handlebar out farther, you'll be just fine holding onto your handlebar and doing your squats. And then let's bounce. And this will relieve lactic acid and bring that circulation, recovery circulation into our worked muscles. So let's go ahead and do 3 more squats. 1, feel the bottoms of your feet when you squat, because that will translate up as you pushing with all of your leg muscles, including your core, just by feeling the bottoms of your feet. And then let's bounce again, recovery. So as you can see, this is a recovery machine, but also a strengthening machine. So much is happening here. We get to have it all in one. The strengthening, the stretching, the lymphatic pumping, the lactic acid pumping, the circulation, the bone health, the bone strengthening, the organ health. It just keeps getting better and better. Let's do 3 more squats. Go. 1. Feeling the bottoms of your feet, translating all the way up through your core. 2 and 3, perfect. And then bouncing. Excellent job. Now we're gonna do some alphabet training, which is jaw training. And so we're just going to get into a comfortable bounce here. I'm gonna keep my feet connected to the mat, but my heels are gonna bob. And then I'm going to mouth the alphabet so that I put my jaw in those positions while adding resistance with the bouncing, so I can strengthen my jaw muscle with you, jaw muscles, and also create flexibility. So then this will help us to have a leaner, stronger jawline. So let's go ahead. If you want, you can get rocking with me here. That's an easy way to bounce. And then we're going to say a letter for each bounce. So it's going to look like this: A, B, C, D, E. And we're going to mouth it. We don't need to say it out loud, okay? So let's go ahead and begin. In 3, 2, and 1. A, B, C. Really exaggerate. Let's go ahead again. A, B, C. Perfect, and relax. So when we do the alphabet jawline training, we do mouth breathe because our mouth is open and it's kind of hard to close the throat, and nose breathe while we're doing it, but it's okay because we're doing that face training, so we don't need to worry too much about that short period of time when we are mouth breathing, but otherwise we're nose breathing for the class just like we did, and now we will carry nose breathing on into the rest of our day and hopefully night as well, because nose breathing is the correct way to breathe. It keeps our mouth in proper mouth posture. The way that we want to have our mouth all day long is closed, with our tongue actually up to the roof of our mouth. That's proper mouth posture. And then our lips are together. And this way, we don't have hanging jaw. We don't want to be hanging open or mouth breathing during the day, because mouth breathing is usually upper diaphragm breathing, and that's more stressful on the body than lower diaphragm breathing, which happens much easier and much more naturally when we nose breathe. And also nose breathing warms the air that we breathe through the nostrils. It's a warming effect, and also it filters the air we breathe because of the hairs in the air in the nose, and the whatever's in the nose, it filters the air that we breathe. So now the air we're breathing is clean and warm. And then also, because it's clean and warm, then when it goes in, we actually can take in more oxygen into our cells versus mouth breathing, where because it's not filtered and warm, we actually can't take that oxygen in as much. So it's increased oxygen uptake to nose breathe, which means now we don't need to breathe as much, and we are gonna burn more body fat just by nose breathing, just by making that switch in our workouts, in our everyday lives, and at night. We could potentially just make that one switch and lose weight. So in order to do this, we need to, follow I Jump Instead workouts, because our workouts are nose breathing workouts. In the past, we have old workouts where we weren't nose breathing. So if you do jump into an old workout on this channel, just nose breathe, because that's our new way of breathing. And also then during your day, check in with yourself and see if you are nose breathing. You also can wear mouth tape. They sell mouth tape on Amazon, and they sell it also at oxygenadvantage.com, which is where we bought our mouth tape. And you could have mouth tape on your mouth, and so it will remind you to nose breathe. And then when you need to eat, obviously, or talk, it's for times when you're just with yourself and you're not, engaging with others. Quite often you wouldn't want to be wearing mouth tape, but especially at night is the perfect time to wear mouth tape. And the way that Stephanie and I do it is on oxygenadvantage.com, the mouth tape that they sell is actually like a big rectangle that goes around your mouth, so it keeps your mouth closed. But what we do is we cut that square or a rectangle of tape, we cut it into strips. And then we take the strip and we just put the strip over the center of our mouth. So then we can still use the sides of our mouth if need be. We can still talk a little bit. We could still drink a little bit if we want to drink, or put a straw in there. And I've even worn mouth tape here, and one night my nose was slightly clogged, and so my lips opened and I actually was mouth breathing a little bit, but my body was needing that extra oxygen. But otherwise, if it's best to nose breathe through the night and not have any clog in the nose, which is the ultimate goal. But if you do have a clogged nose, then it might not be safe to wear the mouth tape, but the goal is to move in the direction of wearing mouth tape at night, every single night, just to ensure that our mouth stays closed through the night so that we can get those 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night with nose breathing only, and so that we can burn extra body fat. It also keeps our central nervous system calmer and helps to regulate our hormones and keep a healthier body and healthier lungs. So we really recommend nose breathing. So with that being said, I thank you so much for being here. Jump into any class anytime here on this channel. We have playlists with all different styles of training, whether they're longer workouts, shorter workouts, higher intensity, lower intensity. And so you can check those out in the playlist section. Otherwise, we upload weekly on this channel, so be sure to be subscribed so you can jump into our new workouts. And then we also have membership classes that are more advanced and more up to date. And we drop 5 to 6 routines in that membership every single week, all on Sunday, so you have a new set of workouts to do through the week, and you can pick the workouts by how much time you have, because the workouts range from 10 to 50 minutes. So, and they're brand new and fresh with our new dialogue, and then you get a new set of workouts every week, so you don't find yourself repeating workouts that have the same dialogue each time. And so that's our membership for $24.99 a month, the latest and greatest, best higher intensity workouts that we offer to date. So otherwise, these ones on our channel that we upload weekly are more lower intensity and for more beginners and newbies and just for easier workouts. So, all right, Trophies, thanks for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for giving the video a like too if you liked this workout, and comment below if you have anything you want to say or if you want to introduce yourself to us here at I Jump Instead, and so that we can know that you're here jumping instead with us and enjoying your jumping journey. All right, Trophies, see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.